This is a great time not only to examine our university's efforts to launch a school of public policy, but more broadly, the future of public policy schools in the 21st century.
What can schools like the one that we are building do to help train leaders and produce ideas that successfully tackle global problems and provide public goods globally, but also nationally?
What I'd like to see most of all is a lot of flexibility. Students that are able to work in different settings, in government, in the non-government area.
I actually ideally would have students spend one summer or some period of time in the private sector, the public sector, and the social sector. And ideally, something like the Passion Project, where you give students a chance to really solve problems or to think hard about problems and think about how to solve them in an area they're passionate about. What I think is critical is that they be attentive to how you bring all three dimensions of public problem solving together.
What would a public policy school look like if there were people in every large nonprofit organization in the world and in government agencies that were not at the school at all, but saw their role as clinical education?
I hope that we will get a kind of a practical aspect to our school to really prepare people for the work they need to know how to do it, not only to get new bright ideas, but to help them to put them in reality.
Starting up a new public policy school gives CEU and the school a chance to almost rethink from the ground up what a public policy educational program should look like. And I was very excited by the discussions here today on how we can help students really engage with the real world of public policy.
We live in such a moment of extreme flux. So I think for now, the best qualities that we're looking for new graduates are curiosity, the ability to shed old models and not be hampered by the baggage of this ism or that ism or this school of thought, to just be open.
Our students are different than most academics. We have been successful in kind of contemplative, individual, reflective learning activities. Our students are not that way. They're much more engaged. Social media is a perfect example of how students are seeking engagement with others.
There's a big change occurring in the world. Power centers are shifting and power is decentralized. It's decentralized among countries and it's decentralized between governments and non-governmental actors. So there's a need for new thinking about policy and about how to teach it.
Putting Africa on the agenda of public policy schools globally is an important challenge. The second challenge is the other way around, that it's important for African public policy schools to be strengthened, their capacity to be built, and for them increasingly to take a central role in educating other public policy schools, but also training a new generation of African sort of policy leadership.
We are moving into a world where we're all coming together, living together on one boat, but without a captain or crew or global governance to take care of the world as a whole. Then it is natural that we will have financial crisis, global warming, health pandemics, nuclear proliferation, and each of these problems that we are seeing reflect, in a sense, they are symptoms of a larger problem, which is the lack of global governance in the world at a time when the demand is growing, the supply is diminishing.
Finding out what the problem is requires a different approach to both instruction as well as skill transfer. So you have to build a lot more curiosity, you have to build a lot more doubt, and you have to build a much broader interdisciplinary skill set to be able to engage with the questions to what is the problem before you can actually find a solution.
I think that the task of opening up closed societies or to restore failed states is far from accomplished. And the experience that the foundation has, the interest that the foundation has, should put the school into a very strong position to study that problem and to learn from past experience and to help us understand what works, what doesn't work.